All right. We are live, everybody. Welcome to another edition of our Sunday watch parties. I am joined today by Miss 3 Days of the Swift. Welcome, Miss Swift.
You pick your favorite
And
bird, I pick mine.
yeah, yeah, there you go. And welcome all of you in the chats. So we are looking at roughly a 2 hour movie. Without further ado, first of all, if you all have your movie queued up, 3 Days of the Condor, starring Robert Redford and Faye Dunaway. We're gonna start the movie at just about the beginning, right as the Paramount logo comes on the screen, right as we dive into the action. Um, so cue that up, and Miss Swift, you want to count us down?
UK. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fly like an eagle.
Oh, that is okay. I can sing that song. That is by and the name. Oh, the name escapes me on the
Steve
band.
Miller.
Steve
The good
Miller.
one.
Thank you. All right. So it looks like in the chats, a lot of you haven't seen this movie before. Um,
This is what it was. I'm not sure if I've seen it all the way through. It's like this is in that time period where you just kind of caught a lot of stuff when it was on, and so you don't know if you actually saw it or you saw it, but you weren't necessarily going out of your way to go, oh, I got to go watch that one. But we've already got a powerhouse cast. We've
yeah.
got Max von Sydow, like Cliff Robertson.
Yes. Yes,
The
we have an all-star cast. Um, and this is directed by what is his name? Sidney Pollack. I was going to say Sidney Poitier, but
Yay.
Sidney Pollack directed this.
Yep.
And of course, he went on to direct a lot of movies that we are familiar with. And
Good old John Houseman.
so John Houseman has a small role in this. Um, okay, we're gonna dive right into it, guys. Let me do a shout out to all of you that have joined today. Let's see, we're gonna start in the YouTube chat. We have GH Zoner. Welcome. Oh, this is Halifino, by the way. Well, there you go. Welcome,
Mm.
welcome. Um, and okay, so Halifino, I heard of this one, but never saw it. Okay, we have a lot of first time viewers. Um, Eric, and of course, Miss Swift is there. Eric's never seen this. All right. Let's see. Matt, first time as well. Edward the Black Prince is here. Calbot. Um, Alex Peacock, welcome, welcome. Johnny Devick, Edward the Black Prince. Yes, Edward the Black Prince is saying this is so 70s. Um, Yeah, there were a lot of movies by this production company that were very iconic 70s New York style. Dino De Laurentiis was part of the production crew before I think he formed his company. That he did, I think he did Serpico, he did Death Wish. So this has got a very 70s New York feel.
Now you're in
Let's see.
New York.
Yep, in New York.
Sure,
Um,
cue the Alicia Keys.
yeah, where New York and Washington play big parts in this movie. Let's see, who did I miss? Did I miss anybody? I think I got everybody over on yeah, we got Edward the Black Prince, Eric Calbot. Okay. And we've got quite the chat going on in Discord as well. Um, all right, guys, lots of talk about anime going on. I love it. We're going to be furthering our discussion on the anime big movie project coming up. So, yeah, we're just going to keep talking about it. Let's see. Alex is over there. Edward the Black Prince, Miss Swift, you guys are all doing double duty over there. Let's see. Alex, Matt, Mr. Furzel. Who am I missing? AV Design One is joining the discussion for a little bit of anime. Yeah, if you want to jump in for the movie chat, go on ahead. Love to have
Right.
new voices.
Said, what is it? It said, this
Um,
character here is getting a jump on trying to beat the facial recognition. Just pulled down the beanie.
yeah, and talk about this is a very 70s feel. Even the technology they're using in this little what CIA sub
Yeah.
office, district office, whatever they call it. They've got like a manual book reader scanner, which predates a lot, even though like the home computers that we have and the computers that they have in this office are room size, that your phone is now more powerful than that.
Yeah. My janky little
Yes.
smartwatch here is probably more powerful than what they've got going on there.
Yep. So just a little background. We are introduced to a lot of characters here. Um, and a lot of their names. Obviously, Robert Redford coming into work in
As
this
Joseph
office.
Turner.
He is Joseph Turner. He's the main star. He did a lot. What was his history? His history in the industry is epic. It's long. He has done everything. He was already a big star when this movie came out. Um, oh man, we're tracing his roles and his directorial debut, but he was already a star. Um, One of the first ones that I remember seeing him in was The Sting with
Mhm.
Paul Newman. I remember seeing that in a drive-in with my mom and dad, and that's my earliest movie memory. Um, so yeah, okay. Matt is saying Miss Moneypenny at the front desk. Yep, she's like the
Miss Money.
gatekeeper.
But
Yep,
Miss Moneypenny was strapped.
yep. Yeah, she was. Um,
You know, about to mess with her.
so what's interesting, okay, with this scene, this is kind of like the setup. This is a scene that I tend to glance over when I watch this movie, and this is probably my third time. But this that scene right there where he was going over some material. Basically, his job was to scan the world for all printed material, everything that is written down, and that's how you gather information. So this field office, that looks like their job. He was just talking about something that had been translated, but didn't get translated into a whole bunch of different languages. Um, And so I guess he was getting his report ready. Um, oh, Mr. Furzel, Cliff Robertson, and Max von Sydow. Yeah, nice cast. Yeah, some heavy hitters. Um, yeah, and Mr. Furzel is saying the old ice bullet myth could probably never work. I don't know of anybody who has ever successfully done that and shot someone with an ice bullet and it just melts away, so there's no evidence. But it's a fun theory.
Perhaps an ice slingshot, because you don't have the heat and the friction.
That's true. Because I don't understand how you could fire an ice projectile with all the force and heat that is required. Um, but if you did use a slingshot,
The next morning at dawn, East Wing 17. It was worse than Lubyanka. Lubyanka. That's probably Ukrainian? Not Ukrainian.
and there is a lot of material that is coming into this office. That little computer, that's the book reader, I believe, that he's working on.
Yep.
Um, they have those about 1/100th of the size. Um,
Probably
I
get one the size of
believe
this little remote control and go,
you
"Woo."
can get one for your house too that'll manually turn your page.
Yep.
Oh, Johnny Devick is saying I saw Sting super early, maybe as a film at school. Yeah, probably because that came out in 70, I want to say 72,
See, the thing is, I'm not
73.
not sure if I ever saw Sting. I know I definitely saw the Sting 2 with Jackie Gleason and a couple other heavy hitters, because that used to get heavy airplay on cable.
Oh, that's right. That came out in 83. I remember that. Haven't seen it though.
And it had a more comedic bent.
Oh,
So what was it?
very interesting. That might be worth mentioning. Okay, thank you, Matt. Over there in Discord, Robert Redford did make an appearance in the Marvel Cinematic Universe in Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Doing his spy
Was
thing.
was that his only appearance in the MCU? I can't remember if he was in another movie
I think
before.
that
I can't
character might
remember.
have been in something else, in which case maybe.
Or didn't he die in that movie?
Yes. But
Okay.
that was sort of like a build up. That was like the ultimate, like he may have been shown in other movies as the same character.
Okay. Yeah, he was like, yes, thank you, Edward the Black Prince. He was the head of Shield slash Hydra. Yeah, he was like a
Hail
bigwig.
Hydra.
His last movie appearance was Endgame. Thank you, Mr. Peacock, Mr. Alex Peacock. Thank you. Um, all right, so we have our hero of the movie escaping for lunch, taking the back way because he doesn't want to walk in the rain, and it cuts
Max.
off. He can skedaddle right through an alley without having to go around the block. So it's actually pretty darn smart. And all he wanted to do was go out to lunch. Yes. Okay. Who made that gif right there? Max von Sydow, so many great roles. We could go on and on. Um, and he passed away, I think, about 5 years ago.
Yep.
And left a huge body of work. And he had been in a couple of the movies that we have had watch parties for, actually.
Yep.
And yep, there he is. You can tell it's a fake, it's got to be a little fake mustache. Or it could be his own mustache, but he was in this movie, he's a lot younger.
Hmm.
Well, let me rephrase that.
Might be
He has
real.
always been an older looking actor,
After
even in his
his
younger
younger
days.
days, yes.
Yes, so he's always looked a lot older, but in this movie, he looks a lot younger than he would in a few years when he appears in The Exorcist.
Or in Conan, you know.
Yes. So he does makeup really well for a movie to make him look older when he's really young, but I think he naturally looks older.
Although, like he was like on the cusp, looking in like as Ming the Merciless. There, he was looking a little bit like you're like, ooh,
Um,
maybe it was just the bald head.
Okay, so we have Matt over there in YouTube and Eric in Discord having the same discussion. So this is a Christmas movie, wink, wink. Yes, yes. There is the argument. There are at least three occasions where Christmas. Oh, here we go, guys. This is
Oh,
yeah. Max von Sydow comes on board. Why Miss Moneypenny let him in? It's it's the mailman, right? The mailman was the ruse. Okay, what
oh,
the first rule? What is the first rule of having a CIA field office? Security.
see.
If you don't have security, you have nothing.
Second, well, if you hear gunshots, don't run towards it unless you're packing too.
Yeah, Matt, yes, the
And even
mailman went
then,
postal.
don't. Ah,
Oh,
but bum. Uh,
how
one,
about The Exorcist was 2 years before this? I thought it was
ooh,
78. No, you're right. The Exorcist was 73,
ooh.
and he looked so much older.
Oh, so he had some old age makeup going on in that one too.
Yes, he must have. And then this is probably what he normally looks like.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, even with some kind of silencer, what they have on there, you would hear it. And she's kind of in a corner. But this is now where the movie's going to kick into high gear.
Let me know if my TV gets too loud.
Okay. Um, yeah. Edward the Black Prince, the dumb broad. Yeah, I know exactly. Edward the Black Prince. Silencers aren't that quiet. Movie makes them out to be. They
Yep.
aren't. Um, they'll dull the sound, but they're not going to silence it. So these people would have been aware of something going on, and they should have been more more what, armed,
Vigilant
more
or
um okay, so we're at the American Literary Historical Society,
society.
which nobody in their right mind would ever want to enter. It's not, obviously it's not a library, but they're making it seem like we belong in that neighborhood. So no one would think it was a CIA field office.
Especially if you're bringing in a bunch of books. Well, of course they would bring in a bunch
Sure.
of books
And all,
there.
yep, and all they do is just like normal people coming and going, but here we come back from lunch. So let's get back to um, the discussion on whether it's a Christmas movie. There is a debate that this could be classified as a Christmas movie. It is set around Christmas time, and there's going to be a couple references to Christmas with the carolers. Um, I think, yeah, we're going to see carolers. I think there's music that we're going to hear for 1970s. Um, what movie making for the sensibilities they had? This was a rather tame execution. You don't see much blood, um, not much of a fair fight. These people were just mowed down.
Well, if I don't know, it's like a mix because there's aspects of it that the '70s where it was like very grindhouse and very gory, but then there's the other ones like, oh my god, they showed someone getting shot and there was blood, and then they're like, oh god, my poor little ears, my little eyes. Think of the children.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of children, I'm guessing this was rated PG when it came out. Um, was it rated R? It was rated R.
This is definitely hard. This
Oh,
may have
okay.
even bordered on getting the dreaded X because you had actual blood being shown going into people in blood.
Yeah. Um, yeah. And so this should not be really considered a Christmas movie. I think it's set at Christmas, but it's really not integral to the plot. But again, I consider Die Hard a Christmas movie. And was it integral to the part? It was part of it. But yeah, we're just going to have a laugh and we're going to just have fun with it.
It's family friendly, just a little
It's family friendly. This
cigarette
is,
still smoking. Smoking
yeah, just
kills.
about as family friendly as Die Hard. A bit tame. But yeah, now he's got to make his exit. So one thing I know watching this is, yes, he works for the CIA, but his sensibilities coming upon that massacre are not that of a seasoned field
Field
agent.
agent, yeah.
He would react totally different. He is just like probably a contract employee
Or one of those people
who
they
would
just
have,
recruited who was like, "Oh, you're smart or you're good at this one
right,
thing. We need you to be here. You just can't tell anyone what you're doing." Like, maybe like an
exactly.
analyst or something.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So he would have clearance, he would have code names, he would have access to top secret information, but he couldn't like work in the field. So
Yeah.
that's his sensibility now is panic and getting the hell out of there.
And he saw he didn't really know how to he didn't know how to clear the building. He didn't know how to even pick up the gun correctly.
Yeah. Um, and he didn't have a gun on him, but he knew that
Mhm.
there was a gun in that desk.
Yeah.
But that's what makes part of this movie interesting. It's not a traditional good guy, bad guy. It's now this mystery
It's
thriller
not your
that we're
copper it's not your copper private eye hero.
right.
It's your more
Oh yeah,
quiet, bookish type.
Johnny Devick is mentioning Brubaker Alone at Last. Yeah. Um,
Yes.
which he starred in. I don't know if he directed it. I don't know if that was one of the movies he directed, but shortly after,
I think Brubaker, he
Brubaker
just
came
started.
out.
Brubaker, he just started. That one I
It's
definitely saw, but I think I saw it like maybe 20 years ago. Like it was something
yeah.
not around the time it came out. It's something I saw a little bit later, around the time when
Um,
like services were starting to list like, oh, someone just released a DVD collection. Now we're just gonna start playing them on our network.
Brubaker came out in 80.
Yep.
Um, okay, so he played the prison warden in Brubaker. He also directed. His directorial debut was that year with Ordinary People.
Okay.
Um, and I remember when that came out, that hit the airwaves, the theaters like gangbusters. And I don't think there was one review that was negative on it.
I said I haven't
And I
seen
ended up
Ordinary People, but I know the
it,
gist of what happens.
yep, knowing that. And Timothy Hutton was one of, I think that was one of his first performances.
Yep.
Mary Tyler Moore, Donald Sutherland, um, all-star cast, and it won what, 10 Oscars. And I think that kind of what propelled Redford to become a director. And he was
You just hung
an
up on
actor.
me.
Yep, an actor and director. Um, yeah, pretty much up until the end. I don't recall hearing that he had retired so much as I think gotten away from acting and directing and was still running his I think that his Sundance company, or was it a foundation? He was still involved in that.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's on his own in this.
Oh, the cleaners are here.
Yeah, literally, the cleaners showed up. He
Yep.
made contact with his handler switchboard, I guess,
Yep.
and now he's got to figure out what to do. Um, okay, we've got. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Alex Peacock. He retired from acting with Endgame. He was still involved with Sundance Festival and other Sundance related stuff. Okay, Endgame was, oh gosh, that was, I'm not going to
2
say 10
hours.
years ago because I don't want to believe it was 10 years ago, but Endgame
Rem
was 2019.
So it's not 10 years ago, it's just 7 years ago.
Good. Good.
Ah,
Time flies. Here we go. Cliff
emotional damage.
Robertson.
Uh,
Um,
was he still brown or did it was his hair colored at this point? Is that
uh, That's a very good question. It looks natural, but I
Hmm.
could be wrong. Um, I want to say one of the roles that Redford is most known for, besides The Sting, Butch Cassidy, um, All the President's Men.
Hmm.
If you guys haven't seen that, him and Dustin Hoffman um, play so well together in that movie.
Hey, it's the New
Spot
York
on with their
pretzels.
roles. It's what? It's a New York pretzel?
Yeah, he went to see the pretzel vendor, the pretzel stand. Hey, the New York pretzels.
Yeah. Okay. And there's a debate about New York versus Chicago pizza. New York pretzels are legendary. I don't know if
Then
anybody gets them from a hot dog, a vendor, cart vendor. Those are the best.
I'm gonna have to say that New York pizza and Chicago pizzas and Detroit pizzas scratch a different itch.
Oh, okay.
I was like a nice deep dish from Chicago or that Detroit pizza in the pan. Those are your thicker, more bread-like ones. And that's like it's a little more hearty. And if you're from New England, you might have what's called the pizza strips, particular Rhode Island, which is
Very interesting.
yeah, it's basically a pizza without cheese, but they're pizza strips. But those are all. That's another doughy one
With
that's more of like a thicker crust, where you're like the bread is part of the experience. Whereas your New York slice from the Ave is thinner, and it's just like it's a thinner, bigger slice and stuff.
interesting. Calbot says Argento. Was that a nod to Dario Argento? Without knowing, I'm going to go on a limb and say yes, because of Dino De Laurentiis's, that's a mouthful saying his name. His history before 1970s, I think he was involved. Um,
In
well,
like a
maybe I don't
normal
want to
Italian
speak out of turn, but
cinema.
I think he was involved with the Italian cinema before he came to the US. So I'm gonna say that is probably an intentional shout out. But I have not done a deep dive on De Laurentiis.
Okay, I'll speak up. Wise men say forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza.
Pizza.
Michelangelo.
Oh, okay. Yes. We gotta not, salute the Ninja Turtles.
Uncle Ben, with great power comes great
Um,
responsibility. Deep dish is a casserole, not a pizza.
I love deep dish. I love the thin and crispy. This lady inadvertently just saved his life.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, here we
Yep.
go. Classic New York, um, Twin Towers.
Yep.
This is where Higgins' office is located. They actually
Hey, I got
filmed
a bridge I want to
inside.
sell ya.
They actually filmed inside the Twin Towers for this.
Hmm.
This was, I think, a year or two after the Twin Towers opened for business. At the time that they filmed this, I th- I think rumor had it was only about 30% full occupancy with offices. So yeah, this is really inside the towers.
Holy Nakatomi Plaza.
And I think going into a deep dive of all the movies, all the TV shows that were featured that uses the Twin Towers as features, that's probably enormous too. And I'm not talking about just the ones that had the picture in the back, like actually part of it, the Twin Towers.
Mhm.
I mean, this is the first one that I remember. because, like I said, the Twin Towers had opened just about a year or two prior. So this must be the New York field office is located in the Twin Towers here for the CIA. Um, so we have a lone agent now. Turner is out on his own, not knowing who to trust. Of course, you'd go to your chain of command and figure
Yep.
out what to do. They want to bring him in, right? They want to bring him in, debrief him on the situation, find out what's going on. That would be the logical assumption. And of course, yes, Matt over there in Discord, Cliff Robertson was Uncle Ben in the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. With great power comes great responsibility.
The
Yep.
only person we get to see more that die more than Bruce Wayne's parents. Poor
Oh,
Uncle
Bruce
Ben.
Wayne, you mean?
No, Uncle Ben.
Mm.
It's like how many times am I gonna have to see the Waynes get murdered or Uncle Ben die? It's like, oh, for
Yeah,
God's sake.
exactly. Exactly. Okay. So Higgins is going to send out some agents to bring him in. So Turner just, all right, sit tight. All is well, right? All is well. We're only, okay, how long are we? About a half hour into the movie. What could possibly go
Possibly go
wrong?
wrong. We're even at 1 day of the Condor yet.
Would this be day one? This would be
Day
day
one.
one of the Condor,
Condor,
right?
day one.
Yeah.
It's always
Um,
day one.
okay, okay, real quick before we get into some more action. Um, I forgot to mention last week was the first watch party of 2026. So we had just had public domain day, which is what, January 1st of the year.
Mhm,
You get to see all the new content that hit the public domain.
mhm,
Betty Boop just hit the public domain.
mhm.
And the first four Nancy Drew books
I
and the film All Quiet on the Western Front
Is that the
from
1970s?
1930.
Oh, the 1930s one? Okay.
The 1930s one. Okay, so we have Wix and Sam, our resident agents, trying to bring him in.
Trying to casually sport those old school bulletproof vests. It's like,
Wearing bulletproof vests because you can always tell when
yeah.
someone's wearing one.
They
Um,
did the little suit up, and he, like, when he was standing there, you could see it poking out from his jacket, and he also looks like twice the size. It's like me wearing my winter coat.
oh boy, I wonder what they were made of. 1970s bulletproof vest.
It
I'm
probably
assuming it
was
was still Kevlar.
well, I think it might have been straight up been like seemed like metal bricks or something.
Yeah, they. When I was a police officer, we had to wear them, and they are heavy.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Well, I think Turner has every right to be suspicious. Nice bulletproof vest. Way to go, Matt. Yeah.
Yep. Oh no!
All right, we have a double cross. Something's going on, guys. There's a double cross.
Don't shoot the poor lady in the back. Oh, well, at least one
That
of them wasn't in on it.
yeah. Um yeah, I'm guessing the guy that just got shot in the neck
Yep.
um was not part of it. So this is a classic thriller trope that the innocent is is caught in a double cross and now doesn't know who to trust. There's no one. He called his superiors that were supposed to bring him in and now he was set up.
And now you got that also that little thing of,
And
"Oh, the one person who believes him just got deep shot in the deep throat."
exactly, Johnny Depp just said that he was deep throat. Yep,
Yeah, that's probably one reason why I said it that way.
yep. And enter Faye
In a
Dunaway.
way. Dunna 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 dun. Dunna dunna dunna.
And Kathy Hale is Faye Dunaway's character.
Okay.
Um, so I have not read the book that this is based on, but I think this follows the book with her character, with all the characters pretty well. Um, but doing some research on the book, it was almost as if the book was released after the movie because Dino De Laurentiis bought the rights to the book before it was even published, and then he
Okay.
made the movie. And I think the book came out after. Correct me if I'm wrong, because it didn't make any sense. That's not how producers do it. You buy the rights to the book once it comes out, right? And then you make your own interpretation of the movie. Then you can, with your interpretation, you can take out characters, change characters, um, what subplots and plots, and change everything that you want. But he seemed to have done it differently.
Well, if this is 3
Um,
days of the Condor and the book is 6 days of the Condor, is this only
6
half
days,
the
yeah.
story?
That's a good question. Um, we could check the book out.
Yep. Has anyone else had a work a retail job where you have to call the credit card transaction for authorization? I don't think I've ever had to do that, honestly. Well,
Oh,
maybe no.
Matt, I remember in the when everything was manual.
Shunk, shunk,
Um,
shunk, shunk.
exactly. And then when or and then you had the readers, but when they broke, then you always had the slide to rely on.
And you had that little
Um,
mimeograph thing here. You put it in there.
mhm, yeah.
The carbon paper.
Um, but I know that a lot of retailers had to do it at times. They had to call in the transaction.
Yeah. Remember that little thing sitting there, just be sitting there on the counter. You're like, here you go. Get your arm
So
workout. You're like,
book.
5 continents imports. Ink.
Um, okay, so
Hoorah,
Six
the
Days of the
Marines.
Condor came out in 74 by James Brady. Um, the book which inspired the film 3 Days of the Condor. But okay. Oh, so maybe okay, so the book came out, was published, but De Laurentiis had already bought the rights and had made his movie.
You name that tune. I can
There's
kill
weird.
Condor in 2 days. I can name that tune in 1.
So yeah, let's keep track of the days. So it would be the end of the first day,
J1. It's always day 1.
day one. So
Day.
he is now turned
Lisa
into a
day
kidnapper.
1. Yep.
So
Oh, a
day one,
classic.
he totally innocent, and now he has officially kidnapped her.
It's also a classic. Person on the run kidnaps someone.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if he eventually wins her over to his side, possibly only for her to wind up.
And so you haven't seen this before, right?
Nope.
Okay.
I am just making guesses
Okay.
because this is in the
There we
era
go.
before they would have forced a romance, which means it's open season on her.
Okay. And bear in mind, this is Robert Redford,
Yep.
and in his heyday and even after his heyday, there were women that were throwing themselves at him.
Yep.
Um, so any movie studio bringing him on board would probably choose, his leading lady, and then we all know that trope, right?
Mhm.
So it's a good estimation on your part.
Yep.
Okay, and in typical CIA fashion, all the bigwigs get around and problem solve.
Smoke-filled
Problem
room,
solve.
all male and pale, and
Mm-hmm.
and I just have to say, John Houseman
Yep.
does such a utter look of contempt and disgust that it's so brilliant. He doesn't even have to say anything. You just see from the way he's looking at you, you're
Yep.
like, "I am a piece of filth," and he just says it with a look. You're like, "Oh man."
Yep. So
Yeah,
we're gonna see what they solve. Okay, here we go. Alex Peacock. In the book, apparently the Faye Dunaway character is all for the love scenes, finding the whole experience thrilling, or so Redford remarked in the Blu-ray features. Yeah, this did get a Blu-ray slash 4K release, and apparently they took out some scenes or redid some scenes. I don't know what that does for the time of the movie. We're still looking at about an hour and 57 minutes. So if you are watching the Blu-ray, I'd be interested to see how the time is different. Um, and apparently the color quality of the 4K is extraordinary, and they have redone the old film and highlighted it.
and on the seventh day,
Um,
Condor rested.
Condor, very clever Calbot. That is good. Um, Old Johnny Devick is saying, I think the Prime Video is in 4K. I'm renting it from Prime Video. It's very colorful, so it could be. I don't have the original to compare it to.
Let's see.
It
Uh,
is. It's Alex Peacock. The 4K is really pretty. It's
and Mad
y-
Matt said, "I
yeah,
can't say done away without saying with." So she was done away with. Oh,
and I'm bum. Good one.
yep, yep,
So she really does feel kidnapped because she was.
yep.
Oh yes, yes. Um, Mad Matt is showing a picture of John Houseman in Scrooged.
Like, oh my god, that's
Yep.
based on the size of that building, size of that apartment. That apartment is probably running 1 million or so in modern New York, at least, because she actually has room to breathe.
Yeah, and it looks like it's a one bedroom slash studio.
Yeah, yep.
Maybe not an official one bedroom, but it has
But
a divider.
yeah, but look at the
Um,
size of that kitchen,
yeah,
even with like going into the living room. That's huge.
it is huge.
And she's at the bedroom, and she still maybe got a little another room in there, and maybe even a closet. Oh my god, this thing you'd have 2 rooms in there in modern like unless you have an open plan.
I wonder. I wonder what was the average cost of New York rentals in mid 70s, and then compare it to today, which I don't know how anybody can afford to live in New York unless you have a high paying job. So if there are a bunch of high paying jobs in New York and the costs go up with that, it's kind of a wash, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yes,
MacGuffin
Alex
Exposition by
Peacock.
Redford.
It's yep, it's a MacGuffin exposition. So
It's like the Pelican Brief with Julia
yeah,
Roberts.
and I think he's
Everybody I
he's
told
trying to
about the
soften
brief
the
is dead.
blow. Uh, he's still got a gun, but yeah, she still would feel threatened because he kidnapped her.
You see the sweat on his face? That's almost a full Billy Zane's worth of sweat on him. Ugh. He was totally covered in glisten.
Okay, that's an extreme. Billy Zane sweat level, that's an extreme.
Yeah, see his face, it was like, oh.
Um,
It's like, meanwhile, she
Talbot,
looked good.
yes. A couple years later, in I believe it was 80 or 82, Faye Dunaway starred in Mommy
No,
Dearest.
why
Wire
hangers?
hangers. That was that movie scarred me.
For life.
It's a great movie. But years later, there are conflicting reports as to whether her daughter made up some of those
Mhm,
anecdotes, whether she really was that bitch of a mother.
mhm.
Um, I don't know. Oh yeah, Alex
Okay,
Peacock, you cannot beat Billy Zane in Deep Calm for the glisten. Ugh,
yeah,
he glistened and shined throughout.
throughout. Van Damme had an affair with Kylie. Oh,
Really?
heard a YouTube feature on Street Fighter, the movie, when they where they claimed that Van Damme. Okay. Eh, and oh, so did you
Ooh.
yeah, Network? I thought Network was that 77?
I think it was after this, 76. Yep.
76.
Yep, it was
Just
right
yell out
after
your
this.
window and say, "I'm as mad as hell, and
Hell,
I'm gonna
we're
take
not gonna take it
it."
anymore. That was that I saw that movie once.
Yeah,
I think it's due for a rewatch.
I don't think I've seen it
Fascinating.
since I was a child. Watching it on like network, network TV.
Um, Alex, didn't she win an Oscar for Network a few years after? I don't know. Did she win? Okay, she got an Academy Award for, oh,
Zane.
Mommy Dearest was 81. Okay.
So Zane would probably sweat in a
Mm,
Phantom movie if it was set in Africa by the old Phantom lore, according to
okay.
by old Johnny Depp says.
Yes, I think she got a Golden Globe and an Oscar. Um, and I think she really rose to fame with Bonnie and Clyde, which
Yeah.
was way before this movie, I believe. Am I getting my dates
Is it
mixed up?
71? Bonnie and Clyde 71?
I thought that was 60s.
60s? What can I say? There's like this whole era where they all sort of blend together where like there's sort of
Uh-huh.
like pre-Star Wars where I you're like, "Oh."
Bonnie and Clyde, 67. Yep.
Okay. I'm trying to think, did I actually see that one too? Like,
Yep. Edward the Black Prince. There was also Chinatown. Yep, with her and Jack Nicholson.
definitely have not seen Chinatown or The Two Jakes, but I've
That
seen the China
was,
Syndrome.
yes. I'm going to say Michael Douglas,
Yep,
Jane Fonda, China Syndrome.
yep.
That was 80. Oh boy, now we're going on a tangent.
Oops. Guess we'll
See,
stop the tangents.
one thing leads to another, and we end up going on a tangent because from Robert Redford, we can probably do 6 degrees to Kevin Bacon in a heartbeat.
She's my sister. She's my daughter. Slap, slap, slap. It's Chinatown, Jake. But anywho, so this is one of those ones of like when I like definitely don't think I've seen it, but I may have seen it, and
Mhm.
it's also in that whole sort of subgenre of I couldn't tell this one apart from the Iger Sanction and like the Osterman Weekend and all of those where they're all sort of semi spy, who can you trust type deals, which you're like, which one is which?
Yeah. Um, yeah, I remember a lot of those movies when they came out, but I didn't see them until much later. So in that regard, when you see a movie w- a lot later after it comes out, then you have a better recollection. But yeah, there was a time all of these movies when they came out at the same time, similar plot points, and these actors going from movie to movie, they could probably blend it a lot.
Yep.
Same plot point, same storyline. Um, yeah, but they're still worth checking out. Yeah, China Syndrome got a couple Oscars, I believe. Um, Calbot's pointing out IMDb says she was nominated for Bonnie and Clyde and Chinatown and won for Network.
And Alex Peacock says, well, with the MCU alone, Redford to Bacon is like 1.5
1.5.
steps. Well, the
If
MCU
that.
has so many people in it. You're like, ah.
So many. Bacon's part of it.
Yep.
Uh, was, I think, before
Well,
before
he was in
the
X
X-Men.
Men. Yeah, Days of Future Past. No, the other one.
It
First Class. First.
um the origin, one of the
Yeah.
origin ones. Um
Yep.
where he plays the guy that basically created Magneto
Yeah,
or
Sebastian something or other.
some, yeah. Oh yeah. Um so he was in that before they joined into the MC universe.
Yep.
Um but you know what? We've got Doomsday coming up, which everybody everybody from every universe is supposed to be a part of. So can't wait to
Yep.
see how they pull that off.
Yep. Oh, Johnny J says he was in First Class. He played Shaw.
First Class, that's it. And he played, yeah. Um, and
He's also in the
Calbot
Guardians
and
of the
Alex
Holiday
Peacock.
Special.
Yep. Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. Oh, could be. I haven't seen the holiday special. Oh man, is saying Sebastian Shaw, leader of the Hellfire Club.
And
Oh, Stranger Things. Oh my God, we
Dark
could
Stream
go
of
on about
Shame.
Stranger Things.
I still haven't gotten past season 3, so
Okay. Um, you know what? I'm gonna pick it up another day. I might have an extra watch party one day or an extra event like what I did last year, where I have just a day that we talk about what we're watching, we talk about what's coming, what you like, what you don't like. I'd love to do that again, where we don't have a movie kind of at the central core of it. Um, yeah, Stranger Things, what a ride.
I wonder what that poster is. Milikai Kaepernick in her bathroom.
For what?
Look at the size of this bathroom. This bathroom's huge. So when she just comes
And
in
the
here,
dark wallpaper? Everything is wallpapered in the 70s, right?
but yeah, but
Everything.
near the door she has like this interesting poster. Looked like an explosion, but it was like Mila something Kaepernick, and I was like, I
Hmm.
wonder what's that? What is that a poster for?
Oh, interesting.
But it's just like that. But the bathroom is huge. This apartment is probably
Oh,
definitely hitting your 6 figures.
oh, man is saying,
But
yeah, Hellfire Club is from X-Men, which they reference in Stranger Things.
Stranger Things,
Yes.
yep.
Hellfire Club, immediately think of Stranger Things.
Well, see, the Hellfire Club, since I used to read the comics and stuff, so always you say Hellfire Club, I think that or maybe some 70s horror movies. Since I haven't
Yeah.
seen the Stranger Things,
Yeah. Once you get into season 4 of Stranger Things, then yeah.
and of
Okay.
course the X Men animated series. Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Um, Alex is saying that's even a basement apartment. It's not even the brownstone townhouse upstairs. It's a
Yep,
basement apartment. I'm guessing she's probably paying 500 bucks a month.
yep. That was a lot in those days.
Okay, this scene is in reference to at the very beginning his coworker slash I'm believing it's his girlfriend, right? They're implying that it was his girlfriend. They said, "Hey, we're going to Sam's for dinner tonight.
Mhm.
This is Sam's for dinner."
Okay.
Um, so it's obvious that she knows nothing.
Yep.
Um, May is her name, and she knows nothing.
Oh, poor May. We hardly knew you.
No, yeah, that's not Sam's wife. Her name here is May Barber.
Mhm.
So, okay. But yeah, she's with Sam. So,
Well, yeah, I
right?
understand that, but come on, in these type of movies, everybody around the hero gets gunned down something fierce.
Yeah. He's taking a big risk coming there.
Maybe maybe her apartment is rent control and it's still $500. Maybe. I doubt it. It probably
They've
would
been,
have
I think
gone up at least to 1,000 at this point.
yeah, but see, once those rent control protections go in place, if you die, the only way that the rent would go up is if you die or move out,
And even
if I
and
remember correctly.
and sometimes in
So,
those cases, if the person was living with you ahead of time, I think in some cases they could inherit it.
okay, and then it would still have the rent control protection.
Yeah.
Okay, unbeknownst, he just crossed paths with Jobert,
Sure.
but he doesn't know who Jobert is.
You
Okay,
had
but I must say, for him being on the run for as long as he's been, because I think we're still at the end of the first day, his hair looks phenomenal.
fabulous. He was stopping by Mr. Joubert, his
Yeah.
his hairdresser.
Yep.
See,
Joe Bear. Thank you, Matt. Joe Bear.
yeah, fun fact: Chris Claremont based the Hellfire Club on a secret society and a touch of brimstone episode of Avengers, and with Dark Phoenix Hellfire dress based on Emma Peel's in that episode. Yeah, I think I remember that. Notice that. Let's see.
Hmm.
Sam was going to to a turkey dinner. I
Turkey
bet
dinner.
he wished they saved him the neck.
Oh, but
Oh,
a bum. Good one, Matt.
just watch that episode for the last 15 minutes. Hand me
Oh
down.
yeah, yes, Matt, the
Joe
Farrah Fawcett
Bear.
hairspray.
Joe Bear.
Joe Bear. So he still doesn't
Bear.
know. There's this. We know the tension is in this scene. He doesn't know that he's supposed to be tense, but I think he's
Figuring
starting to
it out.
figure it out. And it is hard to believe that Von Sydow was in Exorcist a couple years prior. He looks nothing like he was in The Exorcist.
And he's got that serious turtleneck going on. He's got that turtleneck vibe.
Mm.
And they're all
Uh-oh.
using that Farrah Fawcett hairspray from the Mad Men.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta do a little wash, condition, and do like exactly 2 pumps, like Joe from Stranger Things said.
Stranger Things.
Two
Yep,
pumps.
2 pugs while the hair is still wet.
Wet.
That was his secret.
Yeah.
Ah, little cat and mouse going on. No one wants to go first. I think Joe is putting two and two together.
You put two and two together, you got four, but it ain't
Yeah.
four.
Um, so I was just thinking about one of the last appearances that I remember seeing Robert Redford in, and it wasn't too long ago, and I kept thinking it was post Endgame. Um, what is it called? I'm gonna have to pull up my notes, but
Were you thinking of Spy Game, which was
no, that was
Brad
the
Pitt?
one that came out in the 80s.
Well, Spy Game came out in the 2000s with him and Brad Pitt, or was it the
Oh,
90s?
Sneakers is what I was thinking of,
Thinking of.
but yeah, Spy Game was the 2000s. Him and Jane Fonda are Souls at Night. Okay, that was in
Okay.
2017. So I guess it was pre-Endgame. Okay, I was thinking
Now let me see.
it
Was
was
he
after.
with her and they shoot horses, don't they? Let me see. Or is that Clint Eastwood?
Mm, no, I believe that was Redford,
Redford?
right?
Oh, might not
That
even
was
be either one of them. Let me see.
you can just interchange them, right?
Yep. Oh, nope. Michael Cera's in.
Okay. Well, that was pretty clever about the way he got out.
Yep. Just mingle with the party.
Hmm.
Stay with the flock. Stay with the flock.
But he also put them in danger by using them as a shield, which
Yep.
is kind of a dick move, I guess.
Oh, it was horrible. There was blood everywhere. The start of Alfred Hitchcock's elevator story, according to Peter Bogdanovich.
Mm. Oh yeah, we're getting into Hitchcock. See, we could go off on so many tangents of discussion. Um,
It was
I
Hitchcock.
have another little note that I wanted to pass by you guys. I think we're at a lull in the movie. I think he came back and he's going to untire. Yeah, finally. Um, so I think it was a couple weeks ago where I had mentioned that I give movies a lot of leeway, and I don't go too hard on movies that really try. There is one movie that I think I take exception to that rule. That is absolutely the worst movie. I was watching a guy review it, and he went over the history of this movie. We saw clips of it, and it is absolutely the worst movie ever. If you'd ever heard of it, it's Food Fight from 2012.
Oh God, I haven't. I've heard of it. I have not seen
Okay.
it.
Um,
And it,
there's also a documentary called Rotten. It's on YouTube. It's about the making of this movie. And I use the term movie very loosely.
well,
It should
well,
never have been made. It was the biggest piece of garbage ever. And I
worse than the
don't know as
Emoji
if there's
Movie.
it's what?
I said worse than the Emoji Movie.
Yes. The Emoji Movie, you could see they tried, but this they didn't even try. It was a gobbledygook of nothing for so long. And the guy who was in charge of it that wanted to produce it and direct it, he even well, he treated it like a piece of trash and then claimed the whole movie was stolen and or lost and it had to be redone. It wasn't. It was just a piece of garbage that he wanted to redo into a bigger piece of garbage. Um, so I'm trying to gear myself up to watch the whole thing to see, but yeah, if that's the case, it really is the biggest piece of garbage ever.
Well, if it weren't for the gun at her neck, this would seem sort of romantic.
Okay, yeah. She's doing this under duress.
Yeah.
Um, you could tell, right? Could you tell? You could tell in her voice and her mannerisms.
Hmm.
If you were talking to someone like that, you'd be worried. Oh, yes, Fraglord.
Their lips are so close.
Um, yeah, his Shaw character. Oh, I remember. I know where that is, Calbot. That is also a phone scene. Well, nothing like it because he wasn't holding her hostage. Um, oh, I'm drawing a blank. I'm drawing the Christmas movie.
It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life. I was thinking it happened one Christmas, but no, it's a Wonderful Life. Um,
50 Shades of Condor. That's a whole different movie. And that
Yeah,
actually might have been better than the actual series, the book series. Oh
um,
god. Uh,
wh- I'm guessing that they were supposed to convey this sexual tension with her on the phone to, I assume, is her boyfriend
mhm,
waiting for her, and she had to kind of bail on their romantic getaway.
mhm.
So keep that in mind, guys. She's got a boyfriend, and Joe Turner is holding her under duress.
Get that? What is it? That not Helsinki syndrome, which is actually technically a myth, but we won't get into that. Is- Or
Uh,
oh, sorry, Stockholm syndrome.
yeah, this Stockholm syndrome.
Yep, that's one
And
of
don't
those
forget that,
busted memory things. I know it's Stockholm, but I always
yeah.
say Helsinki.
Well, they mentioned that Stockholm syndrome in Die Hard,
Yep.
which did never occur, but they
Yes.
made that joke, and it was so
Mhm.
funny. Okay, so we're starting to see her.
We have 3 Days of the Condor versus the Jackal movie. Is Fragler? Is that the
Oh,
one with Bruce Willis and Jack Black in it? Is that the one you're
ooh,
talking about?
that's a good one. The Jackal and Sidney Poitier is in that.
Yep.
Oh, Richard Gere is in that too.
Yep. Oh,
Now
that was
that
the
my
remake.
memory is being jarred.
Oh, so I don't think I saw the original
Um,
then.
okay, so yeah, Frag Lord is saying that was a remake, and there's an original from this area. Um, yeah, the Jackal that I'm familiar with is the '97 one. The original one is from '73.
Okay.
The the Day of the Jackal.
Hmm. Oh, The Day of the Jackal. I've
Okay.
heard of that one. I don't think I've seen it.
Uh, it stars Edward Fox, Michael Lonsdale, Olga Jor-Picot, and Delphine Seyrig.
Okay.
All right, there you go. That's the original.
So Cowbot says, "Die
Oh,
Hard is where the expert refers to it as as Helsinki syndrome. You watched it
right.
with another group who suggests that maybe they did that to poke fun at the so-called experts on TV. Could be because that was definitely a case of they were like, "It's in Helsinki," and they're like, "No, it's here." And he got corrected on live TV. He's like, because he was trying to be smart. That's probably why it's stuck in my head that way. Why I always want to say Helsinki instead of
Helsinki.
Stockholm.
Because it comes from Die Hard, like one of the
Yep.
greatest movies ever. Okay, I have a hard time really buying into this scene. So the
Get a
light
little,
is softened. They're
get a
in
little freaky.
shadow.
He's gonna comfort her, even though he's the source of her danger.
Right. She would have been fine had he not kidnapped her. Come
This is,
on.
I think, in the book tropes, this is called hurt comfort. Maybe it's the hurt comfort trope,
He's
or is that
trying
just?
to calm her trauma that he inflicted on
It's just,
her.
oh look, we got a little bondage action happening here. Hope we don't get
Okay.
demonetized, but like,
Well,
come on.
just keep in mind that, yeah, back in the day, this is Redford. Um, he's even been on record as saying, I think during his filming of The Way We Were, which I think was a couple years prior to this with Barbara Streisand, that during some of the intimate scenes, he wore like double underwear
Hmm.
because he knew that she fancied him.
Yep.
And I guess there was flirtation.
Hmm.
So he really protected himself. And of course, the studios, this is what you do with your leading man that is as attractive as Redford.
You have him get a little freaky. And it goes right.
You get his little freak on, yeah.
I like how artistic they're being here about, oh look, they're doing it like, at least there's no like trains going into tunnels or Logs falling into lakes.
Yeah, and they're showing her artwork.
Yep.
Um, so am I supposed to believe that? Okay, this takes away from the movie. This really doesn't make any sense.
Let get that little
So
that stress nookie, that like, "Oh my
yeah,
god, we're gonna die."
okay. So let's just get rid of this scene, and the movie would still flow.
Yep.
But you know what? They didn't show any. There's no TNA. There's no
Right.
nudity whatsoever.
Yeah. Like I said,
Um,
it was very artful with, like, the
it was
interspersed,
supposed to be.
yes.
Um, so I'm guessing it's the violence that warranted the rating.
Mhm.
So a quick Google search. Uh, Rated R primarily for its intense, sudden violence with machine guns and bloody aftermath.
And now he's doing diagrams, and he's working through the clues.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he's a smart guy in this movie. He's probably college educated, recruited out of college, probably for his knowledge.
Mhm. Trying to think, there's, like, some other movies, like, I keep like, The Pelican Brief is what's keeps popping into my head, but I'm thinking of, like, other movies where it's like, oh, where it's like you find out that they took out a whole bunch of people just for this one particular thing, and it's like one silly thing that was being passed from person to person, or that one thing that got passed off, and that's what kicked everything off, where you're like, oh, no one can know about this particular file, which case like 20 people get murdered over it.
Mhm. You know what? Good catch. Because the Pelican Brief is a prime example
Yep.
of, and it was almost like this bait and switch where the Supreme Court justices were picked off one by one, and you had to figure out why. Um,
Mhm.
and I guess it wouldn't be giving spoilers away to figure out it was because of a ruling that was coming up that would have given or taken away environmental protections from some area and let a developer come in, if I remember correctly.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, so we're getting the same kind of vibes here.
The Condor Report. Sorry, trying to read the screen here.
Matt is saying you're working too hard if you are bloody aftermath. Amen.
It's the
That's
bloody
some violent
aftermath.
math.
Talk about, like I said, talk about your bloody aftermath.
Exactly.
I don't know. There's been some math problems. When I used to do trigonometry, I thought blood was just gonna start shooting out my nose. It was gonna
Like your
have
head would explode.
aneurysms.
Yeah.
Yeah, aneurysms. Some differential equations too when I was taking engineering classes. Like, oh god. Integrate the area under a curve. No.
Oh, find the area of this. Oh yeah, that's enough to give me a headache.
it was it was one day with a
A
condom.
condom. Yeah, Johnny Devick.
One day without the condom in
Yes.
in 18 years is a regret.
Um, I really do think this scene should have not been in it because the vibe that it gave was she was still under duress.
Mhm,
Um, Even though he indicated that he wasn't going to kill her, he still tied her up.
mhm,
And it just kind of bothered me because the undertone was she never did feel safe to leave.
yeah.
Um,
Let's see, we got
but this is, yeah,
so
this
multivariable
is just a trouble
calculus
spot.
made, Cowbot bleed. Mad Matt's like, are they a couple? It's like, are they a couple now? Making daily plans.
I don't see,
Oh,
it's so
Johnny
out
Devick
of place.
sequel 9 months later.
So, fun fact for any movie producer or screenwriter out there, if you just want to take a little bit of advice, Not every spy movie, not every drama or thriller needs a sex scene. Sometimes all we want is gunfire. We want good guys versus bad guys, and we just want them to duke it out.
Or, we have something like Action Jackson.
Oh,
Mm,
yes, I have that on my list for doing it this year.
I would totally do Action Jackson.
Yep, yep.
I'm here for it.
Um, you know what? I was thinking about Carl Weathers. I think it was after we watched Predator.
Yeah.
I thought he died last year. He died in 2024.
Yep.
And Action Jackson would have been the perfect movie to showcase him and to talk about him. Um, so I might expand to do actors that I really love that have passed away earlier than 2025. I'm
Oh,
thinking of
don't
like
believe
Pee
him.
Wee Herman.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Or
this is the
don't
same
believe him.
mailman.
Yeah. I'm like, no, no, don't.
And don't forget, Joe wasn't there when he came the first time into the
Yep.
building.
Remember, the postman always wins twice.
Always rings. And he's going postal again. The postman is going postal.
Is he also
Oh,
wearing a bulletproof vest? Because he looks awful
it looks
stuffy.
like it.
Uh-oh. No, he's come in here. Staged
Oh,
costume. That was a clever
okay.
pick with the
Yep. Saw the shoes.
clever trick with the pin there to make him come inside.
The reason he picked up on the shoes is because they also have shoes as part of their uniform, and that was not uniform shoes.
Yep. Well, that's a lot of things. At least I know we talked a little bit off screen about me and my costuming, but sometimes, a lot of times, that's where the illusion of a lot of costumes break down is when you don't have the right shoes. This is like another like that guy actor who you see in a lot of stuff.
Let's
Never.
see. Hank Garrett is portraying the mailman, and
Yep.
that's his name in the movie is Mailman.
Yep.
So if anybody wants to do a quick search,
This bootleg martial arts karate here. Going on.
this supposed what hired gun can't even can't even kill two people in an apartment. They've got nowhere to go, and he can't even
Well,
kill them.
if wore the right shoes, he would have kept his element of the surprise.
That's true, and he would have created, like you said, he would have had the complete outfit and would have gone undetected. But it's those small little details um, that will lead to your demise.
Festive like monitor lights. Ecstasy.
Mm.
Oh, Johnny say Devick says better than some Bond movies where Bond has like three women and at least two die right after, so he doesn't have to have a bad conscience.
Conscience.
Yeah, I know that's another one. I was like, oh damn it, because he
Yeah,
always beds down one of the villains or the
at
proto
least
villain.
one every movie,
Yep.
and he just has no problem with it.
That's why I was like, that's why I wasn't liking Fade Dunaway's chances here. I was like, it like I said, it all depends on the movie because some there's like, oh, there's they keep them alive for that hint of romance, and then there's some where, okay, yeah, maybe there was some pseudo romantic thing there, but that makes it extra tragic if they kill her. You
Yeah,
know, just to show that this movie means business.
yeah, and she's still alive, and she kind of kicked ass there a little bit.
Yep, she tried. She missed, but she was able to
Yeah.
distract him at a critical moment.
So I bet at this point now she's totally buying into his story. Um, but also, one of the first rules of being a CIA operative is you don't bring innocent bystanders into it,
Yep.
and he totally did. So now I thought this was a very interesting twist. Is on that piece of paper that the mailman had, it had a Washington area code and took directly into Higgins' office.
Okay. Sorry, just looking at some of
Oh,
the images on the Discord from when the love scene was happening.
there you go.
Plot twist.
Yep. Um, okay, Matt is posting over there in Discord. The mailman was in Maniac
Maniac
Cop
Cop
2.
2, yeah.
Very good. Because he had what, just these two scenes in this movie. Um, well, Johnny Devick is saying serial mom also had that fire, RAKR. Okay, so yeah, he's bringing her into this, and now he's really putting her at risk.
Yep. Well, at this point, in for a penny, in for a pound, because they found out where she was already. So someone's coming back, especially when the mailman doesn't come back saying, "I completed the job."
Yep, exactly. So yeah, this was actually filmed in the Twin Towers. I'm assuming because I've never been inside that they probably have done some remodeling since it opened, right? Before the towers came down,
Yep.
unless it looked like this the whole time and you weren't allowed to change the decor.
Mm,
But this is pretty much how it looks, I guess. Looked, I said. Looks like,
yep.
yeah. Mm. Okay, Fragler, was that the reference to Serial Mom? I remember that movie.
Yep. Kathleen Turner
Kathleen Turner, Serial Mom, 1994. All right, bringing back memories.
beating the lady from like Different Strokes with the fire poker. Well, no,
Yeah,
she was the one on
that
the
was the
stand.
reference.
She beat someone else. She was a witness after the fact.
So this is pretty clever, actually, what he had her do. Um, get up to that office under the guise of a job interview
Mhm,
and scoot past the office that you're supposed to and get a look at
mhm.
Higgins. Because now we know that Joe Turner does not know what Higgins looks like.
Yep.
So now they do. That's pretty
And it's
clever, though.
Yeah, it's like, for all his inability with like the gun though, like there's small little clever things he did and there's
Hmm.
lots of little clever touches in here. Like I said, I definitely think that gag with the pen with the mailman, that was a good one to get you inside. Like, "Oh, you have to sign for it. Oh, the pen's out of ink. Do you have something we can write with?" And
Yep.
then, you think nothing of it,
Yep.
inviting the
Nothing
mailman
of
in.
it.
Yep.
But never let a mailman into your house.
I
They're
know
not
I
supposed to
wouldn't.
ever go in your house.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I would have ever let that happen either. I'm like, "I don't know you."
Yep. Exactly.
It's like, "You wait right there."
All right. So Higgins is now part of what? The espionage, part of the drama now, and hopefully we'll have answers as to what the hell is going on.
Poor Professor Higgins. Poor Professor Higgins. Oh,
Or
different
Higgins,
different different drama.
um,
Good old My Fair Lady.
and Magnum PI. Magnum
Higgins.
PI. Higgins, yes.
Yeah, like It was that was never my bag, baby.
No, I remember back in the day.
Yeah. I remember it being a big thing, but it was like one of those ones where
Mhm.
like
Yep.
the only ones the episodes I really particularly remember watching are the crossover episodes with Murder She Wrote.
Murder She Wrote and Magnum PI?
Yeah, they had a two-parter
Really?
crossover, and like
Okay, that's a new one. I don't
yeah,
know
and
what you're
like
talking about.
it was slightly different between the 2 shows that continuity was sort of there, and so
Oh,
one was a Magnum PI episode and one was a Murder, She Wrote episode, and so they had to do slight changes to, like, make them fit the style of the show.
okay.
But yes,
Very interesting.
they exist in the
Yeah,
same universe.
I guess they did. Yes, Matt is posting a picture of Higgins, who was the caretaker of the property where Thomas Magnum lived. And I guess the benefactor provided his expenses and his job and all that.
Mhm.
Well, here we get a little further look at
Wow.
Jabot,
And good old
Jobert.
Max von Sydow with his striking blue eyes.
Yeah. And yeah, and so we're finding out, guys, that he is just a mercenary hired gun that works for the highest bidder and whoever's going to pay him at the time. Oh, yes. Yes. That is classic, Matt. Magnum PI and Harrison Ford, Chip and Dale. And I wonder if they did that look on purpose, but Chip and Dale probably borrowed it from
Yep.
them. They had to. Yeah. And of course, we all know the story. He was hired, Tom Selleck was hired to be Indiana Jones, but didn't. He was
Chip
originally chosen, but then
and
it went.
Dale, Rescue Rangers, never
Rangers.
fails. Okay, sorry. I have to stop singing that stuff. But yeah, that was that. Oh, I remember that. That
Yes.
was my afternoon after college classes watch. It was that Power Rangers, Garfield, Chip and Dale's,
That
and
was some prime
DuckTales.
time shows.
That was sweet.
Yeah.
Betrayal. He is the
Yeah.
gentleman.
So there
Full
is a
stop.
betrayal. I don't think we're not getting any really deep information, I don't think at this point.
Yeah, this is
But it
just
sounds like,
MacGuffin element.
yeah, he knows what's going on, but he's like, I don't know what he knows, but then he doesn't know. It's like not my operation. I don't know what the hell is going on. So then who's running things? I don't know. Are we double crossing a double crosser?
Mhm. He's like, "I follow orders just like you do, basically.
Hmm. Yeah, exactly.
I just do my part."
Yeah. But in a real world scenario like that, Turner couldn't be brought in. Who's going to bring you in? To
Yep.
what? So I guess you just
Mhm.
stay out with the wind, and you're just a free spirit until
You
I
get
don't
your
know.
burn notice. Okay, that's a different
Right.
thing.
Oh, that's a different story. But see, yeah, you get burned by your company because
Yep.
they have to totally get rid of you. That's possible. For all of you who haven't seen it, I'm not going to give away the ending.
Would we have gotten Harrison Ford and Friends if Tom Selleck was
Tom Selleck
Indiana
was
Jones?
Indiana Jones.
Hmm.
Johnny Depp? I don't know. I think we'd still have gotten Tom Selleck. I don't think Harrison Ford um, would have done that. Okay, can anybody find out the price of the gas? That's what I'm interested in. And 70, mid 70s, what was the price of gas? Anybody know off the top of the head? It's 70s price of
Interesting
gasoline.
fact, the image there, Mad Matt, Wayne Knight's
Oh,
outfits in Jurassic Park were all inspired by the Goonies.
oh, okay. I did not know that. Yeah, over there in Discord, Matt posted a did you know? Oh yeah, now you can see it. Now I can't unsee that.
Good old style New York license plates.
Mm,
Ooh, a locksmith, good old key shop. Don't really go see
but
those
they
a
would
lot anymore,
know.
do we? Do we?
They wouldn't know every key, right?
Hmm.
Or maybe they would if there's a big manual of keys.
Right, like unless it's like a some specialized key
Yeah.
that the super secret uh or like high level, or if it's like maybe like a bank key or something, those could also probably be proprietary that you don't get supplied to your just any locksmith.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think you're right. And then maybe the generic ones they have, well, generic keys you would have no way of tracing just because it would have a number on it. Um, I don't know.
He's got him tapping into
Um,
phone lines here. Ooh,
yeah.
special.
Okay, we're getting a little bit deeper into the intrigue.
Holy MacGuffin.
So this is a really cool scene as to what he's doing with the phone. So he's recording something very specific. Um, Calbot says, for better or for worse, if Tom Selleck had been Indiana Jones, I don't think there would have been any sequels.
Mm.
Yeah, what a different universe it would have been. The Indiana Jones universe had Tom Selleck taken the role. Thank you, Matt. They print do not copy on your keys, which is easily ignored by anyone cutting new keys.
Yep.
I've never had anybody not copy when they see that.
Redford pulling a Ghostbusters on the utility company workers.
Yep. Yeah, they can. If you have that device, you can tap in. So I find this fascinating what he had to go through to get to where he can upload his data
Hmm.
all over phone lines. Remember those days?
Yeah.
I don't think it would have been as fast as we're led to believe in this movie. It was like instantaneous,
Hmm.
but maybe the CIA would have faster phone lines than us, but
Or maybe they had.
dial up.
I bet you they had a really wicked fast. What? This is 1975. 300 baud
1975.
modem.
Super fast, where you
Super
don't
fast
have to,
300 baud. Yeah.
you can just stay
Where
on the line and eventually you'll get the data.
you could
Whenever,
upload a whole 1K file in like 5 hours.
instead of, at home, you'd be doing it in 2 days.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Matt. Over there in Discord, posted that one ringy dingy. Oh, that was Lily Tomlin and her character.
If Self was in Indy, we would not have gotten Runaway. True. And then, we wouldn't have had distraction for Gene Simmons from being in Kiss, so we couldn't get all their classic 80s garbage.
That's
Although,
Yeah, who
admittedly,
knows?
uh, as bad as it sounds, that was
Different
probably the era
casting
of Kiss
choices.
I liked the most.
Yeah. Who
Because
knows what would have been with just a different casting choice? Who knows?
Ooh, and if not for Runaway, we wouldn't have gotten Too Young to Die with John Stamos and Gene Simmons.
Okay, I'm unfamiliar with that. Gene Simmons and John Stamos.
Yeah, it had Vanity, Gene Simmons, and John Stamos. Talk about there being an unnecessary love scene. There was literally no. There's one in that. There's no reason for it.
Okay, Too Young to Die, 1990?
Yeah.
Brad Pitt and Juliette Lewis? Are you too young to
No,
die?
no.
Too young. Oh, that's so funny.
Star Grove. Okay, sorry.
Mr. Purcell is saying, Chevy Chase, Maryland? I think I've been there once.
What's Trevor Chase Maryland? He hardly knows her.
But a bub. What did they name a town after Chevy Chase? How long ago was it?
Oh, I think it might have been the other way around. Oh, sorry. The
Or
name of
was
the
it the
movie
other
was
way around?
maybe. I said, well, sorry. The name of
I
the movie
wonder.
was Never Too Young to Die.
Oh, okay. Never too young to die. So what came first? Chevy Chase the town or Chevy Chase the person?
I think the
Okay.
town.
Cowbot is saying 1986, John Stamos and Vanity. Okay. Yeah, Cowbot is saying too young to die is a whole other level of bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm up for a really bad, good movie. I'm
If
up
you want to
for
see,
one.
it's horrible. Never, but it's so like awesome because like that was at the heart. Like when I would watch Vanity in anything.
Okay.
It didn't like it's
John
jeans.
Stamos.
It's just it's horrible. Oh my god, it's so bad.
Never Too Young to Die. Cult. It's a cult action comedy film. Okay. Okay, it's like a James Bond ripoff spoof.
Yes, it was like one of those early, not like James Bond, but like James Bond's son. Like you know how we wound up having those spy kids or teen young spy
Yeah,
son of movies that started. I want to say late '80s and whatever. This was like in that vein.
gotcha. All right, I might attempt it. I'll watch. I'll force myself to watch Food Fight and
No
that
God,
one too.
I said I haven't watched Food Fight, but from what I've heard, it's nothing bad, and it's nothing but bad. And also, literally, the person who made it was just like, all we wanted to do was make food porn. We just wanted to
Yep.
do porn of big budget porn.
And it
It
took
was not
about
like
20 years for the movie to come out and it's just garbage.
yeah.
Um, ugh, yeah.
No, let her go, man. Let her go before you get her killed.
Yeah. So something, we have to have some kind of resolution with these two.
Mhm.
We have 20 minutes left in this movie. Where did the time go?
Yep. Well,
Um,
obviously they're watching artful pictures while
yeah. And we're talking about Food Fight and we're talking about
but, like, you know, some of
everything.
the nice little spy tricks here are nice, and, like, you have, like, some of the like, technology that was around for a while, it just was
Mhm.
not meant for the public, because you know, that's where a lot of our best technology comes from. It's, like, stuff that was developed not with a profit motive in mind, but for other purposes, and then, you know, they started figuring out, "Oh, you know, people would actually like this."
Yeah,
Eventually, once they found
exactly.
the killer app, as they would call it, killer use case.
Okay, you're right. He is letting her go to Vermont. She's gonna have to, what, explain that to her boyfriend or not?
Or not, hey, well, I'm
Or
not
not.
advocating that infidelity, but you know what? What he don't know.
Yeah. I just the whole subplot with her. If I was writing it, would have done it differently, or would have left it out just to see how the screenplay it pulls the plot together and see if it well, I mean, she does serve a plot point. She serves a purpose in the movie,
Mhm.
so you can't just take her out. But yeah,
She was his
well,
respite,
she's
that
perfect.
place where he could rest and get his head together so he could figure it out, so he could stop running and just take a moment and take the time he needed to figure out, well, if not completely what was going on, but how to regroup and retrench.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh, Matt would have done away with this character altogether.
Altogether,
Bum,
oh,
bum.
but bum.
Oh, this is worth the price of admission, guys. Keep them coming. Bum.
You see, Mad Max talk about Mad Matt is talking about Andy Dick is the son of Secret Agent Maxwell Smart. Oh my God, that sounds terrible.
What? Oh God, no.
No.
Are we okay, Matt? Were you referring to some kind of sequel movie that I'm unaware of? Get smart, because I know they had a couple. Oh, okay. There's a sitcom Get Smart in 1995 that he played the son.
Staying far away. Oh, good old John
So I
Houseman
think
giving out serving dirty looks again. Like,
there you go.
okay,
So
Daddy.
do we know yet if John Houseman is a good guy or a bad guy? Have do we know who's who?
Not yet, but you know, one thing's for certain, he will certainly cut you down with his dry wit. Sharper than a
Yes, he
knife.
will. He does seem very stodgy in like all of his roles. Can anybody name one of John Houseman's comedic performances? I no, off the top of my head, I can't because he was always so serious. Um, yeah, he was in Ghost Story, The Paper Chase. He's always so serious.
Ghost Story, that would be a nice watch party.
It's on my list.
Yep.
It's it's kind of long and not a lot happens for a very long time,
Yep.
but it's it's a good watch. Was he in okay, Johnny Depp is saying Naked Gun. Was he in Naked Gun? Yeah, I'm just trying
Yeah.
to place John Houseman as a comedic actor anywhere.
Yeah. Well, I know he was in Scrooge, but I'm not sure if you'd call that would a particularly comedic role. Like the joke was more that it was such a serious actor and such a like exploitative uh production. Uh-oh.
Hey,
Hello. Have here's your 45 surprise. Sorry, I don't know Greek
yep.
letters.
I think we've gotten to where he's confronting Atwood, who is also one of the head CIA guys, and I think he put it together that he was the one,
Are you the one who put out the burn notice on me? Oh wait.
right?
On my division, my whole office.
That hired Jobert.
Chaubert.
Um,
You say that and all I hear is Javert.
Jobert. It's a French
Javert.
name.
Yes, as
Um,
not to Count of Monte Cristo. Is it Les Mis or no? Oh my God. So-
you drawing a blank? I
Yeah,
hate when that
it's like
happens.
one of those the classic movies where he was like the cop who would stop at nothing and he had like no boundaries.
I don't know, but it'll come to you probably in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
Um, yes, thank you, Matt, over there in Discord. John Houseman promoting McDonald's. Okay, that's kind of comedic.
Okay.
So we are okay. This is we're what? Rounding out the plot
Oh, yes,
that
Javert is in Les Mis.
oh, okay, that's where we're getting it from. Um, so there's a report that went to Wicks, his direct supervisor, that gave to Atwood that started this ball rolling. And so yeah, it's all about I don't want to give away too much because I think some of it's still left to be revealed. Okay, I have a continuity issue. The amount of stubble that Turner has on his face changes during the scene.
Whoopsies.
Yeah, it kind of does.
He's got
Okay,
3 days
plot
of
twist.
Condor Shadow.
There's, yep, he's got 5 o'clock now, 8 o'clock
Black
shadow.
Shadow. Little more like 3:15.
Bear showed up. Plot twist. Holy heck.
In his lovely tweed overcoat here.
Yeah. In his suit, he's wearing a tie, a suit. He's like a properly dressed
Mm.
mercenary.
He's got a little sweater vest on,
Mhm.
or possibly just a sweater.
Chirping, is that your smoke detector, right?
Yep.
Yep, that's what it is.
Sorry,
Uh-huh.
everybody.
No, that's okay because it shows up every once in a while. So for all of you that don't know, yeah, yeah, Mr. Furzel, no, it wasn't yours. Because I was thinking, hey, it's mine too. Nope.
It could be any of ours.
It
We're
could be,
all
and everybody's
Spartacus. We're all
right.
chirping fire alarms. Every single one of us.
So yeah, plot twist. Jobert, it now looks like he's saving Turner's ass. And yeah, Redford's 2 o'clock shadows now grown in the span of a 5 minute scene.
Well, he's that's how long of a life he's living in this. It's like he feels like he's living forever. It's like it's fit. Are we at 3 days of the Condor or at 2 days of the Condor?
Well, let's figure it out. He had two, so this would be 3 days because we've already seen 2 nights. So we're in the third day, and we only have less than 9 minutes, less than 10 minutes left in the movie. So we're wrapping up the plot. Um,
And here's another classic element where sometimes you're like, there's that hitman who's been going all throughout the movie, and since he works for the highest bidder, sometimes he's just done. He doesn't necessarily have a thing against the main character, where he just picks his target, and when his target changes, boom, it's like my job was to clear
yeah,
the problem, and now right now you're not the problem,
that's
so I'm gonna let you
exactly
go.
how we're tying up this. You're not my concern anymore because I'm getting paid by someone else.
Mhm.
Um, and so this is kind of an interesting scene that wraps that plot point up, but I still don't have, I don't know if any of you feel the same way, but Atwood, who was just killed, we don't really have anything really wrapped up. There was something about the report that Atwood got that started this rolling. Um, And Turner had said oil fields, and he's kind of wrapping it all up. It has to do with what? Foreign oil fields.
So my subtitles aren't working,
So
so it might have been helpful. Would have caught some of these nuances.
yeah, there's a lot going on in this political intrigue. Yeah, you're right, Mad Matt. It's nothing personal. So Jobert's,
Yep.
I mean, they could be lifelong friends at this point. It's just business. I'm reminded of a very different kind of movie, Gross Point Blank, with John Cusack.
Still haven't seen
Um,
it. Want to?
okay, I have that. I want to do a watch party that it's so much fun. But he does. He plays a character very much like Jobert, but it's a very comedic themed movie.
It's on a
For
need to
any
know
of you,
basis.
it's for any of you that haven't seen it, if you want to check it out. Otherwise, I do have it on the list of maybe a possible watch party in the coming year. Um, yeah, so we're taking this nothing personal to a whole nother level. He's actually warning Turner that you might want to lay low and get out of here because he obviously knows there are a lot of bad people out to get him.
And also at this point, the assassin uh might better understand the threat that that he is now. Maybe earlier before you're like it's an analyst. He just
Mhm.
got caught up, and you figured, okay, no big deal. You could take this guy out, but or there were points where it wasn't necessary.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, but now Jobert's the one that would know who's hiring him and what's going on.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think Matt, he's offering him a job.
Yep.
Um, yeah, in essence, I I don't know if he was offering him a job so much as protecting him because now he knows he was obviously hired by both sides. It's pretty clear he was hired by both sides. So I think he was just trying to get Turner to go overseas and get out of there because there's people still after him.
And yes, old Johnny Depp. The music was great too, which is one of the reasons why I hear so much about Gross Point Blank. They say it was funny, and heard that soundtrack, and I'm like,
Yes.
it's pretty good.
And it has Dan Aykroyd in one of the best roles I've ever seen Dan Aykroyd in.
Poor Professor Higgins. Well, bam! Oh, look, it's a Santa.
So
¿Dónde
there we
está
go.
Santa Claus?
Now we're knee deep in the Christmas time of year, but we don't see many decorations and you don't see snow. So does anybody trust Higgins at this point? Is he
Nope,
in on it? Was he part of it or just didn't know anything about it? Does it matter? He's CIA. Does it even matter?
matter. Exactly.
So, yeah, Turner's got to get a way out.
Hmm.
This is not a traditional um
Ending.
action thriller movie. There's a lot of downtime, a lot of plot going on, a lot of characters, a lot of that political intrigue. So it had a lot of slow moments, but it just moved right along and we have less than 5 minutes left.
You'd like to think that Spy Game from 2001 is an unofficial sequel to
Ooh.
this. I can see that. The Lighthouse for the Blind. That Street Center is running a scam.
I guess they couldn't put the Salvation Army and be affiliated with them because that's who the bell ringers are, the Salvation Army. Okay, notice in the back, there's a trench coat guy standing and waiting.
Yep.
But you'll also notice in the background there are people that are in long coats that are just staring.
Yep.
Obviously, because the filming is going on.
Mhm.
Um, but I think that guy in the trench coat right off to the left
Mhm.
is also CIA. He's kind of
Yep.
the protection. Yeah, the plot. This is the last of the plot points,
Yep.
and I guess we're led to believe that with all the stuff coming to the US, that we're going to look to the government to solve our problems, which would then lead to what? The oil fields that we're going to have to capture overseas.
People often talk about Robert Redford's blue eyes, but damn,
Yep.
Robertson
Cliff
here
Robertson.
is giving him a run for his money because those are some piercers right there.
Yeah, Redford's is darker.
Yep.
Yeah, Matt Spy versus Spy. I remember that from Mad Magazine. Yep, that's really what this movie's about.
Mhm.
Just spy, political intrigue, espionage, or whatever. It's not really espionage. He uncovered um, some hidden truths. I guess no one wanted
Mhm.
to get exposed.
The New York Times.
The New York Times.
I remember when that used to be the end game for so many movies. They're like, oh, and then we're gonna drop this off for a bombshell at at the press, and then once
Yep,
everybody knows, it'll change everything.
yep. And you got to expose it.
Yep.
Firestarter ended the
Yep.
exact same way.
Yeah, like a couple different, like sort of these man on the run, person on the run movies had that as their end game. You know, you mess with me, and I've got this thing that's gonna go straight to
Right.
the newspapers or whatever.
Right. You kill me, and there's a disc, and it's going to the Times.
Yep.
Yep, I think Alex Peacock is the same New York Times at
Yeah,
the end of
definitely.
Firestarter. Yep,
Well, because
I
I guess
believe
that is
so.
their office. It was their New York Times
Yep.
office. And here we go. There's the Salvation Army. So they were just it's just like a competitor with the Lighthouse or the Bride because you can still see the Santa kind of in the background of his. So I guess they had
Yes. Yeah.
like gangs. They had
Nice.
to pick a different corner.
Yes, that's the official bells that I'm familiar with. This the Red Kansas Salvation Army.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we're left on that note. How do you know they're going to run the story?
Yep.
Well, there's got to be something else that is going to make them run the story that we don't know about.
Yep.
I don't know. Well, there you go,
Who
guys.
knows?
Oh. Um,
Well, surprisingly, the women survived this one,
they
except for that
did.
one. Except for the ones
You
at the
gotta
beginning.
know.
Yep.
Um,
Because I definitely
yeah,
thought we were being set up for a couple bullets on those two other two women friends of his, both Faye Dunaway and the one he went to the dinner house, the dinner party at. I was like, oh,
exactly.
it's like the assassin's gonna bust in here any second and turn you into sushi.
Yeah, they had the potential for going either way.
Yep,
So there you go. Ah, I'm exhausted and I don't know why. It is such a good movie. I'm so glad
yep,
you guys joined me for the ride. Thank you, Miss Swift, for being here.
yep.
Any last thoughts from you
Miss
guys?
Swift always coming in clutch.
Always coming in the clutch. Yeah. Sometimes scheduling prevents others from doing it. And you know what? There might come a day where I'm going to do this solo and we'll just, every day is just kind of run with it.
Give it
Um,
my hand. You might say solo. Sorry,
yeah.
joke from the holiday special.
Yeah. Oh, God. All right. So without further ado, um,
Adieu.
I remember what we're doing next week. Okay. Um, Next week, while everybody is typing out any last thoughts, Matt, intriguing, but they could have wrapped it up in
Wrapped
two
up in
days.
2 days.
Could have. Yeah. Cowbot says, thanks, Sharon and Miss Swift. Johnny Depp is saying they had to have 3 days was in the title. Yeah. They
So
had
the
3 days.
oh, Johnny Depp is so the moral of this is take lunch when you
So,
feel like it.
yep. Mr. Frizzle, yeah, interesting movie. Agree the sex scene was unnecessary, was unclear, was really doing what. Yeah, but I liked it. All right, guys. So
We'll
next
feel
week,
bad paying only 3 days with the Condor,
3 days.
paying tickets. Yeah, sorry, I
Mhm.
paid for 3
Sure.
days with the Condor, not 2.
So did the title come first or did the movie come first? So 3 days and you would have to have 3 days, or was there a debate? 2 days. We want 2 days. No, you have to have 3 days. No, 3 days. Okay.
Well, we definitely had 3 days. I don't know if
So
we had 3
three
nights.
days. And it was based on the novel. So the novels was six. So yeah, whatever. Um, so next
Shrink
week we
shrinkflation.
are, yeah, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
We
Continue,
are
sorry.
going to highlight the long and splendid career of Graham Greene, who passed away in September. I have loved everything that he was in. My favorite movie of all time that he was in, Dances with Wolves. We're not doing next week. It is just too bloody long. Um, but one of his other favorite movies of mine, Thunderheart. We are going to
Okay.
be watching Thunderheart next week.
Oh, that was the Val
Um,
Kilmer one. So that's
and
like
he started it with Val Kilmer, which, yeah, in retrospect, we could have used that for Val Kilmer's homage. We did Top Secret instead. Um, Thunderheart is a great movie. It should be readily available. It's from 1992. Um, and yeah, there you go.
yeah, and Mr. Furzel over in the Discord says, "Interesting movie. You agree that the sex scene was unnecessary and it was unclear who was really doing what, but that may have been intentional. But you liked it. Yeah, that was definitely like a whole thing of like I guess that's what kept the intrigue where you never really knew where it stopped or what it was about, which could kind of leads it like that ambiguity is what makes it a little bit more dangerous and deadly than some of the other ones where you're like, oh, they were killing people for that. Kind of like Strange Days.
Exactly. You keep everybody going throughout the entire movie without giving away too much. So you got to have to figure out who done it, why. Um, oh, Calbot, Graham Greene on the Red Green Show.
Yep,
Wasn't the Red Green Show on PBS? I remember watching that way back
yep,
when, and I don't remember Graham Greene.
yep.
Oh my
You know,
God, that's phenomenal. Um, but yeah, we're gonna watch Thunderheart next week. We still have one more week. And I'm still finalizing that last week of the month. Um, we are going to be showcasing an anime movie in February. I plan on doing genres we've never done before. There is a lively discussion going on in Discord. I've gotten tons of ideas. If you guys bear with me for a few more minutes, some of the titles that keep coming up with everybody discussing are movies like Ninja Scroll, Akira, Vampire Hunter D, Spirited Away. I think Ghost in the Shell was mentioned a couple times. Street Fighter 2 was mentioned a couple times as well. Um, let's see. Macross Plus.
wow. Okay.
Um, there are so many movies to choose from. And what we were discussing before we started with Miss Swift and I was how vast anime is. And Miss Swift had mentioned it's more of a
Medium.
what it's more
I
of a
it's more a
medium
medium than
than a
like
genre.
genre.
So I think that's what I'm gathering from being part of this discussion. It's so much more vast than I thought, right? When someone says, "Well, name a horror movie you like." Okay, well, but anime is a little different. So let's keep this discussion going. Pretty soon, what I want to do is gather some of these titles that are being mentioned a few times, more than a few, and we'll maybe hold a poll and we'll dwindle it down to the first one. I think it's the first of many. It's not like anime is going to be one and done, but something to just kind of kick it off, and we can have anime as part of our
Yeah.
repertoire
Yes,
going
that's a better
forward.
word for it. Form is what old Johnny Devick said. I think that was
Yeah.
the word I meant.
Um,
It's like
yeah, yeah. Johnny
name
Devick is saying it's a
anchor test.
style.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, something just to kick us into gear, something to talk about and discuss. Um, so there you go, guys. Thank you all for being here. And we're going to be doing it next week, same time, same place. So
Same chat
get
time, same chat
same
channel.
same chat, yeah, same everything. Um, and we're going to be talking about Graham Greene, who sadly passed away last year. Um, so there you go. Any last thoughts before we sign out of here? Um, Calbot is saying anime is just not my cup of tea. It's definitely a me thing. So if you love it, that's great. Yeah, it's anime is I'm not into anime, but I would love to expand my horizons a little bit, dive deep into it. Um, and because I know a lot of you guys like it, so let's talk about it. I really want to talk about it. So there you go. Um, without further ado, we'll sign off for today. And you guys all have a great week. Be good to yourself. Um, thank you for being here, Miss Swift. Thank you all for being in the chats and watching along with us. I hope you all learned something today.
Thank you for coming to
Um,
Days of the Swift.
3 days of the Swift. That's exactly right. That is your name for today. Um, all right, guys. And without further ado, bye. We'll see you next week. Thank you.
Adieu, Avita